Truth Unveiled here, and today I'm going to be talking about pedophilia and just the agenda behind it. Now, I don't know if you all have been hearing about it, but they are trying to not only lower the age of consent, but they're also trying to justify pedophilia and make it legal in some places. And I'm going to tell you the agenda behind it. Now, according to this article, which is on Truth Uncensored, the truth about political news, it says university academics say pedophilia is natural and normal for males to be aroused by children. Now you have to see that there's an agenda, and this was released on January 27, 2016. An academic conference held at the University of Cambridge said that pedophilia interest is natural and normal for males, and that at least a sizable minority of normal males would like to have sex with children, and normal males are aroused by children. And these are professional academia who are saying this. And then it goes on to say these sentiments were discussed at a conference that took place last year to discuss the classification of sexuality in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, or DSM, the standard international psychiatric manual used by the legal system. The conference, which was titled Classifying Sex, Debating DSM-5, had featured a number of speakers who spoke in favor of sex with children, which in essence is supporting pedophilia. Why would they speak in favor of this? Is there an agenda behind this? Of course there is. But it keeps going to say the APA, or the American Psychiatric Association, which produces it, had been locked in battle over whether hebephilia should be included as a disorder. Hebephilia is a sexual preference for children in early puberty, typically 11 to 14-year-olds. So as you can see, now they're trying to classify it as a sexual preference, or as some kind of disorder. Before, it was not classified at all. But why are they classifying it to begin with? What is the agenda here? I'm going to tell you what it is, and I'm going to tell you just how it relates to the signs of the times. Now, here I am at truthinaction.org, and I'm just going to share this real quick. That basically says people can classify themselves as heterosexual, homosexual, asexual, metrosexual, and the list goes on and on and on. But now pedophilia can be added to that list. And he talks about the same thing about the APA and about the DSM. But he also talks about the APA's decision has given rise to numerous pedophilia advocacy groups, the chief of them being B4U Act, a nonprofit grassroots organization based in Maryland, created in 2003 primarily as a means for minor attracted persons to be open about their sexual preferences in a supportive atmosphere. The B4U Act is now widening the scope of their organization. And according to spokesperson and registered sex offender Paul Cristiano, the pedophilia advocacy group is, quote, and listen to this, working towards destigmatizing the mental health community. And Cristiano explained the negative societal attitudes towards minor attracted persons trickle down to policymaking in the mental health community. So under the name of mental health, under the name of mental disorders, under the name of whatever they want to call it and whatever they want to deem it, that they're basically saying, oh, now it's okay for pedophilia. Now it's okay for this stuff. Not only that, but when you look at this report too by Snopes, they say that it has a Denver company has released child love dolls to provide a safe sexual outlet for pedophiles. So basically, if pedophiles need to make an outlet for, children or whatever, they can do that with dolls, and they have dolls for them as a so-called under the name and guise of these mental disorders. What is happening here? There is a lot going on, and I think we need to be watching and paying attention to what's really happening here, because I'm telling you, there is a lot going on. There is a big agenda at play here, and if we're not aware, then we're not going to see what that agenda is. But I'm going to let you know just what that agenda is right now. Now, the Telegraph also reports this as well, but it says sex offenders, including pedophiles, should be allowed to adopt, Theresa May told. Rules which bar sex offenders from working with children are unfair, and even convicted pedophiles should have the right to adopt. A leading legal academic has said, and mind you, this was back in 2010, but you can only imagine that it has gotten much worse. And they try to say, despite growing public concern over pedophilia, the numbers of child sex murders are very low. Now, we know for a fact that the government, the CIA, the FBI, all the alphabet soups, what are they doing? They are the ones behind child trafficking. They're the ones behind sex trafficking. They're the reason that sex trafficking and child trafficking exists. Why? Because it's another form of slavery, because it makes a ton of money. By the way, big companies like Apple and all your other technological companies and even Amazon, what do? They're the ones behind a lot of sex trafficking and child trafficking too in other foreign countries. They're the ones behind a lot of the slavery that goes on, enslaving little children pennies a day in third world countries because they know they don't have to be taxed for it. By the way, taxes are unconstitutional. So you see how messed up the system is. But I'm going to let you know, what is the agenda behind this? Why are they even going for this? What is the agenda? Because the agenda is they've already passed gay marriage, and they've already brainwashed people into thinking that gay marriage is okay, gay marriage is acceptable. Well, not according to scripture. But not only that, what are they trying to do? See, now they're trying to make it and condition us mentally to make it seem as if pedophilia is okay, that it's just a mental disorder, that it's acceptable in the eyes of Americans, and they're going to play this libertarian agenda to make it seem and make it pull it off to the masses that it's okay. But I'm letting you know that the real agenda is much more nefarious than you think. Because we know the government is going to do everything they can to legalize pedophilia. They're already working hardcore to lower the age of consent to, if not at 14, then definitely at 13. And when they do that, they're basically going to make pedophilia, or having sex with children, legal. They're going to make it, and it's already legal in certain countries outside of America. That is a fact. But not only that, they're going to try to say that, oh, well, men and women, they have the right to have sex with whomever they want. They can be and love whomever they want, just like you can love a man or women and marry them. Well, now you can marry children. They're going to not only try to legalize pedophilia, but now they're going to try to legalize child marriage. And soon it's going to get worse. They're going to then soon legalize animal marriage. Mark my words. I already foresee it happening, that they're going to legalize pedophilia, child marriage, and animal marriage. And in some places, it's already legal. Why? Modern day Sodom and Gomorrah. Yes, America, this lovely country. And even scripture says Sodom in Egypt. Sodom, which represents breaking the law, statutes, and commandments and having sex with whomever you want. And Egypt, modern day slavery. And we know slavery took place in America. Why am I bringing this up? Because it fulfills what? The satanic new world order. And also even depopulation. But basically doing everything they can against the law, statutes, and commandments of the Torah, of Yahuwah. Why? Because they know that the end times is here. Why would they even need to be talking about pedophilia and even using these so-called academics to justify such a nefarious thing with children? Why would they do that? Because because the ones at the top of the list, the so-called professionals, the so-called academics, the so-called scholars, are working with hand in hand with the satanic New World Order government. They're working hand in hand, getting paid to lie in order to fulfill this agenda of just pure evil spiritually. And if you don't see that, then I don't know what to tell you, because it's only going to get worse, and it's only a matter of time until pedophilia is legalized, as well as child marriage, and soon enough animal marriage. They've been working nonstop to try to get this stuff legalized, and they know they in their minds they've reached a milestone with gay marriage and everything else. But now we already see the effects happening. We see the effects going on. We see Satanism in America fully now. They're not even hiding it from us anymore. They're literally basically telling us. We saw it with the Baphomet statue in Detroit, Michigan. We saw it with the first ever satanic meeting held and press conference held in Detroit on December 19th, 2015. We see it with the satanic prayer meeting that's supposed to take place in Phoenix on February 12th, 2016. So we see just how bad things are getting. By the way, they took away the Ten Commandments in Oklahoma and replaced it with the Georgia Guidestones, the very first one of the Georgia Guidestones, calling for population reduction to 500 million. Hello, what do you think they're doing? This ties into it. Yes, this all ties together. That's why you need to seek Yahuwah and his true son Yahusha while there's still time, because things are only going to get worse. But I wanted to keep you all updated and let you all know what's going on and see the warning signs ahead. Truth unveiled. Shalom.